welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mic check. Mic check. I think we're good to go. Welcome in, everybody. We got a wonderful game ahead of us after a big, convincing win over the, dare I say it, Buffalo Bills. That's effing right. I'm going to share the link in the chat. Give me just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Give me just a second. Get things going here. Bear with me. Got a game tomorrow against Washington Commanders. Gonna have open mic. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna share the link in the chat. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Give me just a second. Things going here. Bear with me. Got a game tomorrow against Washington Commanders. Gonna have open mic. Talk about it. I'm gonna share the link. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and share this out on the Twitter space as well. Might as well, right? Bang bang, there we go. Bang bang goes the orangutan. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be heading into week 11 against the Washington Commanders. We're going to be playing a home game in Madrid, Spain. And this game isn't going to be as hard as it was before, right? Because before we were going to have to play a Jaden Daniels led offense, and now it's going to be, well, Marcus Mariota led. And their running game is not really, it hasn't been that great. It's been very lackluster, to say the least. So let's go through the numbers. I don't know if you guys can see my screen or not, but let's go through the numbers. Yeah, make sure y'all smash that like button on the way in here. And if y'all want to join the conversation, go ahead and hit that link in the chat and hop on in, man. Hop on in and let's talk about it. Let me tell me how you feel about the game we got in the morning. First thing in the morning, we're gonna have to get up early, make that coffee, cook that breakfast, get set, and ready for some football, some early morning football between the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. So we look here, Washington Commanders right now are ranked 21st with 22.3 points per game, where the Dolphins are 25th with 21 points per game. Washington Commanders rank in at 18th with 325 yards a game, where the Dolphins are hitting just under 300 yards and ranked 25th in the league. Time of possession is, they're like neck and neck right there with each other. Total defensive sacks, the Washington Commanders have 2 more sacks than the Miami Dolphins. They have 22, whereas the Dolphins have 20. Interceptions for the Commanders is 5, so that's not a good look, right? We already know Tua Tagovailoa loves throwing interceptions, and we've gotten 2. We've gotten 2 interceptions so far this year. That is not... Neither one of these numbers are really big. Our turnover differential, we're sitting there. We got 1 more turnover than they do. Why are they showing us Jaden Daniels? Is Jaden Daniels playing? He shouldn't be playing. His arm is broken. Why are they showing us stats for Jaden Daniels? It makes no sense. Can y'all see the screen? Oh, y'all can't see the screen. Alright, so I'm going to have to do it like this. I'm going to have to go back and forth so y'all can see it. Yeah. Gotta figure out how I can like control this. Yeah, that'll make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Alright, so now let's go down here. Team leaders. Look at the team leaders. And then the following schedules. Alright, so I don't know why they're showing us Jaden Daniels. He's not starting. It's going to be Marcus Mariota getting the start, but they're giving us a comparison between the team leaders, and technically Jaden Daniels does have more stats for their quarterback. So Tua Tagovailoa at the moment has 1,952 passing yards, a 68.2 completion with 17 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. He leads the league in INTs. Bill J. Krosky Merritt, 470 yards on the ground. He should have more, but he didn't get the start this season. They've been doing a split field back there, so 105 attempts, 4 touchdowns, a 4.5 average. Where Devon A-Chain, 780 yards, 143 attempts, 5 touchdowns, a 5.5 average. So we definitely have the better run game in this. We'll go through defense and check out the defense as well, comparatively. They have it's Deebo Samuel. I don't know why they have it saying T Samuel here, but it's Deebo Samuel against Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is winning it by a long shot here. 46. They both have 46 receptions. Jalen Waddle has 1 more touchdown, but he has 200, almost 300 more yards than Deebo Samuel. In the injury report, let's see all of it. We want to see the whole injury report. All right. See the whole injury report, right? So on the Commanders side of the ball, Traylon Burks out, did not participate. Jaden Daniels out, did not participate. Zach Ertz is in. He did not participate, but he will be available to play. W. Harris and D. Jackson, both of them. Oh, and Kehu, all 3 of those are out, did not participate. J. McGee did participate. He's questionable for the start in the morning. I'm guessing they'll figure out if he's going to be... They'll give him some warm-ups in the morning and see if he's good to go. On the Miami Dolphins side of the ball, looks like we actually have a week where our injuries are almost non-existent, right? Austin Jackson being the only one actually ruled out for tomorrow. Gonna have Aaron Brewer in. Bradley Chubb's got a question mark. Same thing. Probably gonna give him some warm-ups in the morning, see how good he is. Rasul Douglas, same thing. D. Eskridge, same thing. Although I don't expect D. Eskridge to play anyways. But yeah. Julian Hill, full participation. Previous matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders, December 2nd, 2023. Miami Dolphins take the lead, 45-15. 45-15. Man. Oh, nice. We just received a donation. A $20 donation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to whoever just gave us that donation. By the way, yes, you see that QR code up in the top right corner. We are taking donations for Dolphins Cancer Challenge. For every $500 that the AFC Eastie Boys raise, I will run 1 mile per $500 every day, all the way up until the 5K. Doing everything I can to raise money for cancer saving research, life saving research. So anything helps. If you can, go hit that link, smash that link, and make a donation, and you can make a difference too. And while you're on your way there, go ahead and smash that subscribe as well. And don't forget, there's a like button and a bell button if you're so inclined. It definitely helps out the channel. Anyways, so Dolphins are pretty healthy going into tomorrow's game. Only person we're going to have out is Austin Jackson. Bradley Chubb, like I said, D. Eskridge doesn't really matter here. All of them did participate, so if they participated, I'm guessing they'll most likely play. This is a really lame preview. Alright, so here we go. Marcus Mariota. Don't forget, if you guys want to join in on the conversation, talk some smack, hit that link, smash that link, and hop on up here. So here we can see, doesn't say how many games he's played, but Marcus Mariota has 110 attempts, 72 completions for 852 yards, 65.5 completion percentage, averaging 7.75 yards per, with 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He has gotten sacked 9 times. So I do imagine him to get planted on the ground quite a few times. this week. We go down to the rushing. Their quarterback, Jaden Daniels, actually holds the second highest amount for rushing on their team with 54 attempts on 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, almost 5 yards per, and 1 fumble. But he is out. Marcus Mariota isn't doing too bad. He's probably right on pace with Jaden Daniels. If you look at it comparatively, he's 23 attempts, 144 yards, a touchdown. He's getting 6.3 per attempt, but he does have 2 fumbles. So that's concerning, right? Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols, like I said, they have a very split backfield back there for the Washington Commanders as far as running goes, and the Miami Dolphins run defense has been phenomenal, and it should stay phenomenal. And the Washington Commanders are going to have to rely on the passing game with Marcus Mariota, Deebo Samuel, and Zach Ertz, honestly, is going to be key for them. Zach Ertz is going to be key for the Washington Commanders. We struggle against tight ends, and Zach Ertz he's a veteran guy, and he's going to be a guy that Marcus Mariota probably has a lot of trust in. You can see here. Hold on, let me pull it back up for you. So you can see it. So you can see here he's the second highest targeted player on the team. Yeah, Terry McLaurin has been out quite a few games. His target share and receptions would be a lot higher. But he's out, so this is what we got. Deebo Samuel getting 46 receptions for 396 yards, 4 touchdowns on 60 targets. 240 of his yards are yak. Yards after catch. Zach Ertz, on the other hand, 35 receptions, 345 yards, 4 touchdowns, 49 targets, 78 of that from yak. So, their passing game, and then you go from there, and it drops down drastically. Does look like Luke McCaffrey. It does look like Luke McCaffrey. Oh, that's lame. Has gotten quite a few end zone looks. So, because they're also going to have Traylon Burks out, who has 4 receptions for 72 yards on 4 targets. Jeremy McNichols is pretty existent in their passing game here. 13 receptions for 133 yards on 18 targets. Go down, Robbie Chosen on here. Jay McCroskey Merritt. Spreading the ball around with a lot of targets so far. But of course, this is over a 10-game span as well. So, Washington fumbles. McCroskey Merritt has got 2 fumbles. Jaden Lane, 3 fumbles. Marcus Mariota with 2 fumbles. Zach Ertz and Deebo with a fumble. So, the opportunity for us to cause some fumbles this week is there. Remember, we got a couple fumbles last week against the Buffalo Bills. Really big. Turnovers, 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 turnovers. We got to win the turnover battle. We have to win the turnover battle if we're going to want to win this game for sure. As far as the run game is concerned, we should have no problem winning that battle, right? Devon A-Chain, Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright, clearly much better running back room than the Washington Commanders with McCroskey, Merritt, McNichols, and Chris Rodriguez. Quarterback, I mean, that's a up in the air question, right? You know, like who's really better here, the veteran Marcus Mariota or the unexpectable Tua Tagovailoa? I mean, what do I mean by unexpectable? Most people on the preview have the Dolphins winning, but unexpectable, like what should we expect? What should we expect from Tua tomorrow morning? Are we going to get the Tua that goes out there and actually plays some good, clean football, leads this team to a victory? Doesn't have to be great or phenomenal or even exceptional, just a game manager, somebody who doesn't lose the game for us. Are we going to get that Tua, or are we going to get the Tua that has too much confidence and throws the ball to places he shouldn't be throwing the ball, rushes out of the pocket, scrambling, panicking, and causing turnovers? Are we going to get the Tua that throws away a game-winning drive? Hopefully not. Hopefully we're not put in a situation to where it needs to be a game-winning drive. Hopefully we're put in a situation to where we can do what we did last week against the Buffalo Bills and go out there on the field, get in victory formation, and kneel the clock out. Let's not be put in a situation where we have to go and run a game-winning drive in the final 2 minutes of the game of the fourth quarter, down 4 points, needing a touchdown to win. Let's not put ourselves in that situation. Let's wreak some havoc on defense. Cause some turnovers. Pressure the quarterback. Basically, we need to keep controlling the trenches. The Dolphins need to continue doing what they've been doing. They've been doing a great job. Like, we've definitely seen what the Miami Dolphins are capable of in games like when we played the Falcons last week against the Buffalo Bills. But the problem is, like, we haven't done it consistently, right? It's just been like, it's been more of what we've seen weeks 1 through 3 and like 5, 6, 8, 9. You know what I mean? Like all those games there where it was just like a complete disaster coming from all phases of the ball with the Miami Dolphins. Like complete disaster, not just like, oh, we're going to mess up here and here. No, like all phases of the ball messing up. In more than one way. Interceptions, penalties, missed tackles, missed opportunities. Basically, like, there's been lots of moments the Dolphins have had game-winning plays, and multiple players failed to execute. We've only had a couple good games, so thinking at it from a logical standpoint, from a logical perspective, you're thinking like, oh man, like, Dolphins can't sustain what we saw last week against the Buffalo Bills. Or can they? I don't know. I think they can. I think what we saw against the Buffalo Bills is really what the Dolphins are. And what we saw before that was glimpses of dysfunctional organization where the players secretly trying to make it look bad, trying to get Chris Greer fired. I mean, like, I'm not into all the conspiracy theory stuff and everything, but like, you gotta think about it, man. If they come out here against the Washington Commanders, or not even just against the Washington Commanders, but if they come out here for the rest of the season and play like they did against Buffalo Bills, where all phases of the ball was excellent, where all phases of the ball they were executing, they were making smart plays, Mike McDaniel was coaching a great game. What if they do that for the rest of the season? I mean, then it makes you think, like, damn, were they really trying to get Greer pushed out of here? I mean, possibly. It's definitely a possibility, man. He's been in this organization for a very long time. And whether you like it or not, the man had influence in this organization. He's worked his way up through this organization for 25 years. You cannot sit here and tell me that you don't believe that he somehow had some kind of influence on how this team has developed, what this team has turned into, the culture, the coaches in the locker rooms, that some of them need to go. Like, you cannot tell me that he didn't influence what this team is right now. The biggest problem, because he's been in so many departments, right? So it's like he worked his way up through this department and this department and this department and this department until he got to the top. And that's why, like, the next GM, whoever we bring in, definitely needs to be somebody who hasn't been in this organization for more than 2 years. Because if that's the case, then we're just getting a successor, a Chris Greer successor, and we don't need that. We need something different. We don't need somebody who's been learning from a guy we just fired. It's not how you move forward. So we look at the passing game from the Miami Dolphins. We got Tua Tagovailoa with 292 attempts, 190 of them, 99 of them completed, with a 68.15 completion percentage on 6.68 per. 17 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, leading the league in interceptions, and 18 sacks. 18 sacks on Tua Tagovailoa, ladies and gentlemen. And we've allowed a total of 20 sacks taken this year. That's crazy. Go ahead and smash that Discord link. Join in the conversation if you feel up to it. Looking at Quinn Ewers here. His short little bit of time, 5 for 8, 53 yards, 62.5% completion. And then Zach Wilson, not so great. Not so great at all, Mr. Wilson. I can hear my son in there playing. He's having a rough time right now. Then we go through the rushing game. Bang, bang, bang. I have so many QR codes out, places, ads out, places for donations. I cannot figure out where that donation came from. Cannot figure out where that donation came from. Oh well, don't matter. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. Mm-mm. My son's so silly. My son's so silly.
Hear me.
Can you hear me?
Hear me.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. No, I just for some reason it's not showing the other person on there. Anyways. What are some good bets? What are some good bets for this game tomorrow morning? Definitely liking A Chain. I'm definitely liking A Chain or a touchdown, possibly two. There's been it's been weird. I don't know if you noticed last week. There's what, three different running backs got three total touchdowns, and then so far this week, Travion Henderson started the week with three total touchdowns, two running and one through the air.
My question is, does that mean we're going to see other running backs getting 3 touchdowns? And if so, who are those running backs going to be? Like, looking at matchups, I definitely would like a chain here as far as 3 touchdown back goes. I could definitely see him getting 2 for sure. The third one is risky, but it's been happening, right? Last week we saw it happen. We already saw it happen again this week. Another one I like because they're playing the Cleveland Browns, and this is a really good matchup. Derrick Henry, because the Cleveland Browns do keep games muddy. See Baltimore Ravens having a muddy game, ran through the ground, getting into the red zone. The only problem with taking Derrick Henry on that, it's so risky because if Lamar Jackson takes one of those, then that kills the chances of Derrick Henry toting in 3 of them. So I don't like that one. Can Christian McCaffrey get into the end zone 3 times against the Arizona Cardinals? Easily. Easily can get into the end zone 3 times against the Arizona Cardinals. Um, Jahmyr Gibbs and Saquon Barkley, I don't see them doing it. But I could see Devon A-Chain doing it. I can see Christian McCaffrey doing it. And possibly Derrick Henry if Lamar Jackson doesn't steal it. Welcome in, smash that like and subscribe on the way in here. And if you want to join in on the conversation, go ahead and smash that link. Join the Discord. Hop on up here. Let's talk Dolphins Commanders in Madrid, Spain on Sunday morning. It's going to be a good game. I'm hoping it's going to be fun to watch. I'm hoping we get to continue seeing Miami Dolphins at their finest and not at their worst. Mistake-free football. It's going to be the key, man. If we can continue playing mistake-free football, we can be any team left on our schedule. Even the Steelers, even the Bucks, and the Patriots. Like, the Patriots at some point, something's got to give over there. If we can shut down Travion Henderson like we shut down James Cook, definitely can hinder the game at the end of the season against New England. Because, I mean, if we break it down, yeah, Drake May is doing some great things right now with the New England Patriots, but would you take Drake May over Josh Allen? Let me know in the chat. Who would y'all take right now, Drake May or Josh Allen? I'm pretty sure a majority of you guys would take Josh Allen. Sorry, but Drake May, you can't do some of the Josh Allen can. He's just a big body that can break tackles, evade tackles, like get out of the pocket, make something happen, buy time, find something downfield, or just like take it himself. He's a big enough guy where he can take the hits. I don't know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about it. What do y'all think about it? Think the Dolphins can continue playing mistake-free football, limiting penalties, limiting turnovers, forcing turnovers. You saw their fumble rate for Washington. All of their main hitters have fumbles this year. Every one of them. Marcus Mariota has 2 fumbles. Debo has a fumble. Zach Ertz has a fumble. McCroskey Merritt has a couple fumbles. So we can keep the momentum going from last week. I could see us winning the turnover battle. Yes. Do I see Tua throwing an interception, continuing to lead the league in INTs? Oh man, I can so see that for sure. Hate to admit it though, right? The real question is, right? Is he going to do it early enough to where we can overcome his deficit like last week against Buffalo? Or is it going to be late in the game when it's a game-winning drive?
Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that Miami Dolphins number 1. All right, let's continue looking through. So let's go back to the Russian game here. Ooh. You got Devon L. We can barely see that, right? Can barely see that. Devon A. Chain, 143 attempts, 780 yards, 5 touchdowns, 5.5 per attempt, 59 longest, 1 fumble. I'm guessing that's a fumble. Let's go up. Yeah. 1 fumble, 8 of 20 plus. 8 rushes of 20 plus. Ollie Gordon with 41 attempts, 119 yards and a touchdown, 2.9 average with a long of 16, 0 fumbles. Got Malik Washington with 13 carries for 78 yards, 1 fumble. Jalen Wright, 14 for 45. Tua Tagovailoa, 14 for 38. 4 fumbles. 4 fumbles from Tua Tagovailoa. Now, granted, they're not all fumbles from him rushing. Some of them are getting hit in the back. Ball comes out. It's considered a rush. It's considered a fumble, a rushing fumble. We go down to the receiving, though. Woo-wee. Go down to the receiving, though. Jalen Waddle, leading the league. Not leading the league, but leading the team with 46 receptions, 670 yards with 5 tutties on 66 targets. His long is 46 yards. 150 yards yak for Waddle. And then Devon A. Chain technically has the most receptions with 325 yards. 49 receptions on 66 targets, 325 yards, 4 touchdowns. And that's on top of his 5 touchdowns that he has rushing. So this man has 9 touchdowns right now. 1,000 all-purpose yards. This man is literally a running back and a receiver. And we aren't considering this man for MVP. No, they're not going to consider this man for MVP. You know why? Because of the Dolphins' record right now. The Dolphins' record right now. But you don't think? This is halfway through the season, a little more than halfway through the season, right? You don't think that if the Dolphins go on a run here, finish out the season 10-7, and Devon Achane continues doing what he's been doing, and honestly, if we end up going on a run, because right, some of these games were very, very low scoring games for the Dolphins, so not a lot of whole stats put up because our play was crappy on all phases of the ball. But if they continue playing the way that they've been playing, his stats are going to look way better, especially if we go on a 7-game run. He could end the year with 100 receptions and 1,000 receiving yards. On top of, what, let's say 1,700 rushing yards. Add another 9-10 touchdowns to his total, giving him right around 20 touchdowns, 3,000 all-purpose yards. Tell me that wouldn't be MVP caliber stats right there. MVP caliber stats right there. For Devon Achane. And they want to talk about, we'll give you a 2nd-round pick. People want to say that he's not worth a 1st-round pick. Man, this man is worth 2 1st-round picks. A 1st round for his rushing ability and a 1st round for his catching ability. Come on now. He's our best receiver. Tyreek Hill, before he got out, he had 21 catches for 265 yards and a tutty. 46 was his long. 57 yak. Malik Washington has gotten 30 receptions for 192 yards, 2 touchdowns. 157 yak. Look at the yak from Devon Achane. 404 yards yak. 404 yards yak. That just screams MVP. 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 That just screams MVP. 404 yards of yak for Devon Achane. Man, I hope we go on I want us to go on a run for Devon Achane, like, because the only way he would be considered, even in consideration for MVP, is if we have a winning record. So we need to go on a run so this guy can get himself 20 touchdowns and 3,000 all-purpose yards. Continue going down the list. Darren Waller, 10, 117 yards, 4 touchdowns. Bro, where did Darren Waller go? He OBJ'd us for show. Tanner Connor with 9 for 91. Nick Westbrook-Akine, 11 for 89. Julian Hill, 10 for 77. Greg Dulcich already has 6 for 71. D. Eskridge, 4 receptions for 62 yards. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, smash that like and subscribe on the way in here. It helps out a small channel for sure. For sure. Lots of goodies too with this channel. We not only do we cover everything AFC East related, but we also cover everything around the NFL. Fantasy football, parlays, DFS, and we just like to have fun with it. You see us having a lot of fun with our shorts and our videos and stuff. DCC, that QR code up in the top right corner, we're raising money for cancer. Go ahead and smash that QR code. Make a donation. You too can help fund life-saving research. If you want to join in on the conversation, smash that link at the top of the chat. Join in on the Discord. Hop on up here so I'm not a crazy man talking to myself. Plus, our Discord is a good place to be plugged in anyways. Whenever we do giveaways, you're gonna need to be in the Discord so we can get a contact with you, so that we can send you the prizes. It's also where we put out all our parlays, our DFS bets. It's just a good community to join for football fans alike. Trying to build a good football community. So go ahead, smash that link, join that Discord. It's also how you get to get up here and talk crap. Ollie Gordon with 6 receptions, 30 yards, and a tutty. So the Miami fumbles. Tua Tagovailoa with 6 total fumbles. Quinn Ewers has 2 fumbles. Devon A-Chain and D. Eskridge, Malik Washington, Taj Washington all have fumbles as well. We have a total of 12 fumbles. 4 of them lost, though. 15 of them recovered. That don't make sense. That math doesn't math. That math does not math, ladies and gentlemen. You guys tell me if that maths. 12 total, 4 recovered, or 4 lost, and then 15 recovered. And then these are forced fumbles. The 4 is forced fumbles here. So this math doesn't math here. How did we recover 15 fumbles? Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. So we lost 4 of ours. So that would make 8 that we recovered. Plus 4 makes 12. Alright, yeah, I'm lost. It's not mathing right now. We have not gotten a lot of interceptions this year, just 2 of them. Minka and Melifonwu. Miami defense. Alright, let's look at the Miami defense. The shining star of the Dolphins right now, right? If we want to be completely honest with ourselves, Miami Dolphins is definitely the shining star. And if we can continue to play flawless football in all phases, we can continue to create turnovers, force fumbles, maybe get a pick. I don't see the Washington Commanders giving us the opportunity to get many picks. I don't see them taking a lot of deep shots this week, or much really. Marcus Mariota, their deep shot threat's not there. They have Deebo Samuel and Zach Ertz mostly, and they run like they're weapons, so they're running inside routes and not really going deep. But we look through, Jordan Brooks leading our defense right now, 61 total tackles, 58 of them by himself, 2.5 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss, and 3 quarterback pressures, with Tyrell Dodson following behind him with 46 total tacks. Blah, 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 blah. 46 total tackles, 45 of them solo, 3 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, 1 pass defended, 4 quarterback pressures. Minka Fitzpatrick, 42 total tackles, 41 of them solo, 6 passes deflected, 1 INT. Jack Jones, 27, all of them by himself. 3 tackles for a loss, 4 passes defended. Rasul Douglas, 25 total, 21 solo, 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss, 5 passes defended, 2 quarterback pressures. Dante Trader, 20 total, 19 solo, 1 pass defended. Ashton Davis, 19, 18 solo, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 pass defended. Zach Sealer, 18 tackles all by himself, 1 sack, 5 tackles for a loss, 1 pass defended, 4 quarterback pressures. Bradley Chubb, 16 solo tackles, 5 sacks, 5 tackles for a loss, 11 quarterback pressures. Let's keep going down. Let's keep going down. Melifonwu, 15 total tackles, 14 of them solo. Darn it. I forget what those other categories are now. Kenneth Grant, 11, 1.5 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 pass defended, 3 quarterback pressures. That's what those are. And then kicking. We don't really need to go through kicking. We need to figure out what's going on with Sanders. We need to figure out what's going on with Sanders. He needs to come back. Riley Patterson, 16 attempts, 14 of them made, 22 extra points, 49 long. He's not a big hitter. I don't think he'll hit a field goal past 50 yards. We need Sanders back. We definitely need Sanders back. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to join in on the conversation, you can go hit that link at the top of the chat, join the Discord, hop on up here, say whatever you like, as long as it's not anything offensive, obviously. And then on your way there, you can hit that subscribe button. Do we need to go over the keys for victory here? I mean, I think they're all pretty obvious, right? If we start on the offensive side of the ball, it's going to start with Tua Tagovailoa, right? It's going to start with Tua, making sure that he plays good, clean football, doesn't make any errant throws, makes smart decisions. And then obviously in the trenches, we got to win in the trenches on the offensive side of the ball to be able to establish the run and protect our quarterback so he's not pressured, so he's not forced to run out of the pocket and make bad errant throws. And we have to consistently put points on the board, whether it's field goals or touchdowns. Every time we get the ball, we need to be pushing that ball down the field, at least finishing the drive with a field goal, maybe running time off the clock. keeping the ball out of the hands of Marcus Mariota and the offense. Does that mean dink and dunking most of the time? Yeah, it probably does. But you'll still see some big plays get flashed here and there. Still see some of those big passes from Tua to Waddle. Or some of those big chunk plays from A-Chain. Our MVP. I'm telling you, man, if the Miami Dolphins can go on a 7-game win streak and win it out here, win the rest of these last 8 games, it would be 8 games in a row. And Devon A-Chain stays healthy, stays on the field, continues producing like he's producing. And remember, if we go on an 8-game win streak, we're most likely producing more than what he has been producing. So he could end the season with over 3,000 scrimmage yards, 20 touchdowns. Right now he's sitting at 9 touchdowns, 5 on the ground, 4 through the air. He's sitting at 1,000 all-purpose yards, 700 on the ground. Or actually, he's sitting at 1,100 all-purpose yards, 750 on the ground, 350 through the air. No reason that if the Dolphins can't keep playing ball the way they've been, well, I say the way they've been playing, like they've been doing it all season, because they haven't. Because they haven't. And then for the defensive side of the ball, playing clean football, not having bad penalties that create opportunities for the Commanders to continue moving the ball down the field. We got to play clean football. We got to control our penalties, make sure we're not getting any offsides or unnecessary PI calls that move the Commanders down the field. We got to control the run. We have to control the run. We have to continue to shut down running backs. We have to continue to shut down these running backs and force quarterbacks to throw against us. We've got to force quarterbacks to get out of the pocket, apply that pressure, and either create sacks or create turnovers because of it. Because turnovers, that's the last thing. That's the third key to victory as far as the defense goes, is we have to create turnovers. We have to win the turnover battle. Because we know Tua Tagovailoa is most likely going to do what? He's going to at least throw one interception. So what does that mean? To offset that, defense needs to cause 3 turnovers. But can we have a game where Tua doesn't throw an interception? Lord, I hope so. I hope so. I hope he could play a clean game this week, not throw any interceptions, and let Geno Smith go ahead and take the lead there. Go ahead and let Geno Smith take the lead for interceptions. Tua doesn't need to hold on to a lead like that. What are you holding on to a lead like that for, Tua? Don't do it. Play clean this week. It's your best bet, my friend. What are y'all's thoughts about the game this weekend? How do you feel about it? Should we be excited and hyped based off of how we performed against the Buffalo Bills Sunday? Or should we remain grounded and realize that that was our Super Bowl? It was our most important game of the season. It was a must-win game for the Miami Dolphins, no matter how the schedule looked. Could have been 0-10 going into that game, or 0-9 going into that game. Doesn't matter how the season looked. Doesn't matter how the team looked. Wouldn't have mattered if Chris Greer was there or not. You think it was a game that we were just destined to win no matter the circumstances, and that it's just a fluke, and what we've been watching the rest of the season is what we're going to watch for the rest of the season? I hope not. I hope not. I hope we can go on a run, because if we can go on a run 10-7, yes, it's tough. It would be tough, very tough to hit that 10-7 mark, because that means we have to win the rest of the games. And we got some tough ones coming up, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers. That's not going to be an easy one. They're going to be fighting for their division. Baltimore Ravens are going to be coming back on the heels of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they're going to be fighting claw and tooth and nail so that they can continue to lead their division or try and get their division back so they can make it into the playoffs and they're not chasing a wild card spot. That's going to be tough. That defense is nasty. TJ Watt. Ooh, boy, TJ Watt definitely going to make it home to the quarterback at least once or twice, right? So, you have that. But can they win? I mean, yeah. The offense isn't great, led by Aaron Rodgers. The best thing about Aaron Rodgers is that he is a great game manager. He doesn't really throw games away. I mean, he does, but not very often. If you look at the span of his career, it's very slim, the odds of him throwing away a game. but he is getting old. So the chances are there. The run game ain't great. It's okay. This Dolphins defense can definitely shut the run down, force the hand of Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball. And what plays in the favor of the Steelers, though, is the fact that they are a tight end team. They don't really have receivers. They got DK Metcalf, but they don't really have anybody else. Calvin Austin, yeah, but he's not great. He's good, but he's not great. Definitely can be shut down by the corners we got. Now, DK Metcalf does scare me. Juno Smith, Pat Freiermuth, that new guy, Darnell Washington, that they have, all the tight ends that the Steelers have, we're weak against tight ends. That's if they were smart, they would definitely formulate a game plan utilizing the tight end position. Because we're going to be able to shut the run game down, and it's going to be on Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to have to throw that ball, and he's going to have to manage that team to a win against a tough Dolphins defense. And then we also have the Cincinnati Bengals, who we'll know more about in the next 2 weeks at least, because they're kind of in a situation that the Dolphins are in right now. They have to win. But they could have Burrow back by the time they play us, which I think would be our best bet, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, but if Burrow were to come back the week that he plays the Dolphins, that's the best thing the Dolphins can hope for. He's going to be rusty. Everybody on that team is going to be rusty. They're going to be used to the chemistry that they've had with Joe Flacco. Or are they going to run Joe Flacco for the rest of the season? See how it goes. See if they have a chance for the playoffs, and then bring Joe in for the playoffs. I don't know. Joe Flacco, the idea of playing Joe Flacco, I have question marks all around it, right? Question marks all around it, because he's definitely a good quarterback. Veteran quarterback, very wise, very smart. And you see that he can still light it up. Jamar Chase makes it easy for Joe Flacco to just be good. But their defense is the worst in the league. So this could be a shootout to where it's just a matter of who's going to have the ball at the end. Who's going to have the ball last? Which coach is going to make the game-winning coaching decision going for it on that fourth down? Or just go ahead and taking that field goal and winning by 2 instead of trying to go for it and trying to get a touchdown out of it and then end up turning it over. That's what that Bengals game is going to come down to. That's going to be a test for Mike McDaniel, because I can easily see that game being a shootout on both sides, whether Joe Burrow or Joe Flacco is playing quarterback. So it's going to be on the coach to win that game. It's going to be on the coach to manage the time, manage the timeouts, manage the clock, make sure we're not wasting timeouts in that game, because we're going to need them. We're going to need them in the fourth quarter for sure. And then it'd be the Buccaneers at home. Although there'll probably be a lot of Buck fans in the stands as well. But yeah, we play the Buccaneers at home. And the Buccaneers could easily be in a position where they need a win against the Miami Dolphins. They could easily be in a position to where it's like, if they beat the Miami Dolphins, they lock up number 1 seed. Or they could easily be in a position where number 1 seed is already out of reach. Like if they go on a run where they lose the next couple games, the NFC #1 seed is going to get ran away with. You're going to have somebody like the Rams or the Detroit Lions having that locked down. Which, if that's the case, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are clearly going to win their division, right? Clearly going to win the division. Not going to need to really go out there and do much more if #1 seed is out of reach. Best case scenario for the Dolphins, right? Means maybe they're resting a couple key guys, not really giving it their all. Dolphins come out there and surprise the Bucs. And then there's just one game left, right? Against the Patriots in New England. Cold game at the end of the season. Already lost to the Patriots once. Patriots are going to need this win. They're going to be looking at us and licking their chops, saying all we got to do is just beat the Dolphins and we have #1 seed locked down. If not, if they lose to the Dolphins, they'll lose #1 seed. Most likely they'll still take the division, but they won't get the bye week. They won't get the rest. They'll have to face somebody like Baltimore or Kansas City in round 1. So they're definitely going to need the win over the Dolphins in week 18. But the Dolphins are also going to need the win over the New England Patriots in week 18 as well. That's definitely the scariest game left on the schedule, considering how both teams most likely will need the wins. But they already beat us once. I don't see if the Dolphins go on the run and the New England Patriots are the last team in their way. I don't see them losing. I don't see them letting the Patriots sweep them. Don't see it happening. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 12 votes so far. Got 8 for the Buccaneers and 4 for the Buffalo Bills. Who do you think is going to win that game? Bucks or Bills? Bucks or Bills? I want the Bucks to win it, obviously. But none of it's going to matter if the Dolphins don't win Sunday morning. None of it's going to matter if the Dolphins don't win on Sunday morning. Let's go ahead and shut this stream part down. Sharing your screen. Stop stream. There you go. Banana. So, anyone have any thoughts on this game this weekend? If you'd like to share them, you can hit that Discord link. You can hop up here. You can share your thoughts. Talk trash if you're a Washington Commander fan.
All right, football fans, listen up. Forget the trade deadline, forget the free agency frenzy, because we have the most important piece of NFL news you will hear all season.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Like and subscribe anyways.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my prediction for this game: Miami Dolphins win this one easily, a score of 31-13. In Madrid, Spain, as a home game. We're gonna get off here, and as always, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe. Help out this fellow channel, small channel. And if you're coming here afterwards, go ahead and leave a comment too. We always have giveaways going on. So you want to turn on that notification bell and stay tuned in, because you never know when we're going to announce a giveaway. And the best way to be plugged into the AFC Eastie Boys is by joining our Discord server. You can find that in our profile page on your way to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, join the Discord server. You're not going to regret it. Building a community full of football fans that just want to talk football and win some money. So go ahead and join it. It's your best way to get linked in with the AFC Eastie Boys. Also on our profile page, you can find a link to the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. Miami Dolphins Cancer Challenge. The AFC Eastie Boys are participating. This is our second year participating. We're trying to raise as much money for cancer research as possible. I will run 1 mile per every $500 that we have raised every day, all the way up until the 5K. We are currently sitting at about $380 raised for cancer research. So we're only less than $125 away from the first mile. Can y'all make me sweat? How many miles can y'all make me run a day up until the 5K? We also have a Macari shop. It's called Charlie's Choice Collectibles, where you can find all kinds of goodies for football fans and non-football fans alike. This is definitely the best time of year to go check it out as well. If you want to ball on a budget and not look like you went to Five Below or Walmart or Target, like, the stuff that this man has on that shop is way better than anything you're going to find in a Walmart or a Target. I promise you. You're going to find that one-of-a-kind gift. You can be the aunt or the uncle, the cool aunt or the uncle that gives the kid the one-of-a-kind gift that ain't nobody else going to have. Or maybe you're just looking for something for yourself. Looking for something NFL related, we got it. Basketball, we got it. Baseball, we got it. We got cards for all of that too. Pokemon cards. We also got nice little customizable AFC Eastie Boy jerseys. You can get them customized to match your team colors. You can put your name on it. Get it customized however you like. Those things start at $35. Head over to the Charlie's Choice Collectibles. Type him in a little message saying you're from the AFC Eastie Boys and you want an AFC Eastie Boys jersey, and we'll get to work for you. And you too can be rocking some AFC Eastie Boys apparel. And then our 500 subscriber giveaway. We're almost there. We're less than 200 subscribers away from 500. When we get to 500, we got a nice little Mike Gesicki signed photo, 9x16 photo we're offering out to somebody. One of our lucky subscribers is going to win that. And how do you win that? It's super simple. First step, you obviously want to make sure you're subscribed and joined in the Discord so that we can get a hold of you to send you out your prize. But then you're going to want to like, share, comment, all of that. We're keeping track. The viewer out there that shows this channel the most love helps us get to 500. That's who we're going to send it out to. So if you're sharing us in a platform, make sure you tag us. AFC Eastie Boys. We out there. And we out of here. Peace out. We'll catch y'all in the morning. Fins up, baby. Let's go.